Alemanha. Número 4, Luiz Davis. Número 5, James. Número 6, Janel. Número 7, Janafex. Número 8, Jacob. Número 9, Félix. Número 10, Soares. Número 11, João. Número 12, Dominique. Número 13, Alexander. Número 14, Julian. Número 15, Maxwell. Técnico brasileiro. Vamos à apresentação agora da equipe do Canadá. Número 4, Tai. Número 5, Carol. Número 6, Jeffrey. Número 7, Roger. Número 8, Bernardo. Número 9, Walton. Número 10, Neff. Número 11, Brandon. Número 12, Cameron. Número 13, Carol. Número 14, Simon. Número 15, Ibrahim. O coach é o Christian. Árbitro da partida, Gustavo Zampan Fernandes e o comissário Ricardo Souza. Espero que todo mundo fique em posição de respeito para a execução do hino da Alemanha. Todos em posição de respeito para o hino do Canadá.
Hello everyone, welcome to the magnificent Paralimpico Sports Hall for the 30th game of the Under-23 IWBF World Championships, the final game to tip off in the group phase. And this matchup pits Canada against Germany. Hello everyone, John Hobbs on hand to bring you the final game of the group phase as we get set for tip-off in just under 2 minutes' time. Starting fives for the two teams, starting with Canada, Ty Milton, Broden Nagel, Nassif Chowdhury, Brandon Louis, and Ibrahim Odza. For Germany, Jakob Kromer, Soren Siebold, Alexander Kaiser, Julian Lammering, and Maxi Lammering. So both squads sticking with their strong five ahead of this contest. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to everyone watching here on the IWBF YouTube channel, whether you're in Canada or in Germany. It's great to have you all on board. Of course, next year, Canada, the site of the IWBF World Championships in Ottawa. And like this event, a festival of wheelchair basketball ahead over in that great country of Canada in North America. Our three officials for today's game: two from South America, one from Europe. Gustavo Mathias of Brazil, the hometown referee, and Enzo Fernandez of Chile, and Maurizio Zamponi of Italy. So we're going to be starting it up as Jakob Kromer will start this game as Canada hit the floor, and Broden Nagel will jump it up with Kromer. The 30th and final game of the group phase about to take place. Over on court number 2, the host nation, Brazil and Turkey, are going at it. It's currently half-time over on court number 2 as we get set, and we'll start with Canada as Ibrahim Odza with the first possession. Louis, Chowdhury, Louis at the top. Odza did well to collect that under pressure from Lammering, and it's turned over, and Jakob Kromer with the steal. Here is Maxi Lammering gliding his way to the basket, and Lammering off the glass gets it to go, and Germany off and running. Julian Lammering averaging a shade under 20 points a game in these World Championships so far, along with 8 boards. Here is Chowdhury, beautiful pass inside, and Ty Milton does the rest. Chowdhury second in assists for Canada, 6 assists per game. Ibrahim Odza leading the way with 8. He also has 17 points to his average. Here is Louis, who's averaging 11 points here in these World Championships. Odza, the danger man, being marked by Siebold. He'll put it up from the elbow and bury one. Ibrahim Odza, the Variety Village Rolling Rebels man. That's where he started his career with his first field goal of the day. And Canada with back-to-back scores, and they race out to a 4-2 lead. Julian Lammering. Well, Nassif Chowdhury was trying to keep that in. That would have probably been a Canada ball had he not touched that. As Alex Kaiser gives it up to Maxi Lammering, another of Germany's danger men. Has all the time in the world to put up a mid-range. He's a good mid-range shooter, but that did a victory lap and out. Here is Odza. Odza still has it. Lovely pass inside. Nagel can't get it to fall. And here come Germany. Kaiser to the races. Gives it up. Jakob Kromer in his favourite spot under the hoop. So unstoppable from that range. Milton putting the moves on Seabolt. Soren Seabolt stands his ground. Here is Louis. Nassif Chowdhury, great pass from Chowdhury, and again Milton the finish. 2 quick field goals for Ty Milton. Recently won the Junior East Championships with Ontario Black. Did Ty Milton. Simon Mazzy Keep, his teammate, was on that team as well as Kromer again. Jakob Kromer, the Hanover United man. He's been absolutely unstoppable so far in these World Championships. 16 points a game, 7 rebounds a contest. Also has 4 assists as well. And here come Germany, game tied at 6. Over 3 minutes played, Maxi Lammering laces a 3. And Coach Nadell calls a timeout for Canada early doors. 9-6 in favour of Germany in our final group game of the 2025 IWBF Under-23 World Championships here in lovely Sao Paulo, Brazil. Canada with 2 gold medals, Germany with 1 in these World Championships at this age group. Canada, a storied history in wheelchair basketball. And home to what many believe is the greatest wheelchair basketball player of all time, one of the most recognized figures in Patrick Anderson. And of course, these Canadian players, as well as the Germany players, with one eye on the Paralympics coming up in 3 years' time. A glimpse into the future, perhaps, for these 2 great nations, as many of them leave the under-23 group and will head over to the senior team, of course, if called upon by the respective head coaches. As Ibrahim Odza gets us underway. Ibrahim Odza, just 15 years of age, an incredible talent, no doubt destined for success in this Canadian team. Chowdhury has it. Here's Louis, now Odza gets it. 7 to shoot for the Canadians. Odza loses the ball, reclaims it, has to put it up. And a broken offense from Canada. Away come Germany. Kaiser. Here is Maxi Lammering. Putting the moves on Odza, drives to the baseline. Great pass to Seabolt, who is wide open, and that can't fall. Odza, he was thinking about the 3, but the towering figure of Maxi Lammering was there as Nagel misses the basket inside, and a whistle has gone as Ty Milton and Alexander Kaiser are tangled up, and the trainer for Germany coming onto the floor. Nearing the halfway point in what has been a competitive first few minutes of action here. Both teams just feeling each other out. Germany a perfect, sublime 4-0 in Group A. Canada right now 1-3. Germany's place assured in the quarterfinals. Canada still yet to know what their fate will be, whether they'll be in the quarterfinals, whether they'll be in the classification rounds to determine their final position at these under-23 World Championships. Maxi Lammering puts up a 3 again. Can't get it to go this time, and that'll go to Canada as Jakob Kromer touched it out of bounds. Both teams shooting over 50% from the floor in this one. It's been a competitive first 5 minutes of play. Here is Chowdhury. He finds some daylight. He can't get it to fall though. And it's taken by Kaiser. First rebound of the contest for Alex Kaiser. Still has the ball. Putting the moves on Milton. Maxi Lammering lobs it. It's welcomed by Kroma. Kroma paces himself. That's way high off the window. And here is Odza. Odza goes for three. That's off to the right. And welcomed by Kaiser. 4:39 remaining in the first, and both teams going through a bit of a cold spell here. Seabolt driving to the basket. Here is Julian Lammering who rattles it in. Good off-ball movement from Soron Seabolt on the trailer, but the pass went to Julian Lammering, who made no mistake for a mid-range. That's his first field goal. Odza. Louis in space. Odza doesn't need him, but he misses the two. Right now, very quick offenses for Canada, not really getting into their sets at the moment. As Maxi Lammering goes underneath and puts it in, as Chowdhury was left daydreaming. And Germany out to a 13-6 lead, and Canada have got the talent, they've got the expertise, but right now the offense is just not flowing. Louis looking to change that, and he puts in a two. That'll do. Maybe that will ignite the Canadians, who started at around 57% from the floor. It's dropped to 35. Early doors though, long way to go. Julian Lammering, Jakob Kroma over Milton, puts it in. Kroma had Louis and Milton for company, still got it to fall. Louis, Odza, they need him to get going. Great pass inside. Nagel can't get the finish. Good movement, patient play from Canada, just that final product. Maxi Lammering off the glass, and Germany rampant. Odza misses with the three. Here is Milton. Chowdhury. Another player that can really heat up, as well as this man, Odza. Back to Chowdhury. 6 to shoot for Canada. Great defense from Kaiser. Shot clock is winding down. Odza heaves one, and Seabolt says Dankeschön. Maxi Lammering looking for Kroma. Good defense there from Nagel to tip it out of bounds. And Germany will keep it. As Jeff Award and Bernard Rosello will check in for Canada. Ty Milton and Broden Nagel head to the bench. Rosello, a native of Winnipeg, Manitoba. And Jeff Award currently making Vancouver his home in British Columbia. And the finish again from Lammering. And right now, Germany are flawless on the offensive end. Louis finds a bit of room. Ward was there. Chowdhury instead collects. Chowdhury off the glass. Nassif Chowdhury, who averaged 18 points, 5 boards at the Americas Championship in April. Of course, Canada lost in the final there, and they get the steal. Of course, Germany lost in the European final as well, so the continent's two finalists here locking horns. Louis, 1:10 to play in the first. Odza, Ward is underneath the basket. Good defense from Kroma. Again, that towering figure of Jakob Kroma doing the damage. And now Germany can break. Maxi Lammering, and it's too easy for Germany right now. A lot of time left, but right now, Germany at the summit. Odza looking to change that. Sees a slither of room inside. Gets past Chroma. That was a tough shot from the 15-year-old. And a whistle has gone. Enzo Fernandez, our referee from Chile, in good position. And Ibrahim Odza heads to the line. He's been the main offensive threat for this Canadian team. As Ibrahim Odza leads the team at 17 points a game and also has 8 assists a game. That's quite a jump from his 8 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists at the Americas Championship in April. Did take more than 15 shots a game in that tournament in Bogota, Colombia. And he strings the second. All Canada need is a little run to get back into this. There's a lot of time, 32 seconds remaining in the first. Another 3 quarters to play. Kaiser looks to bank in a 3, and that ricochets off Soron Seabolt and right into Mr. Nakasawa of Japan's hands. Of course, Yoga Nakasawa and his Japan team through to the quarterfinals, the world champions. Watching on. Here is Odza. About a 1 second differential between shot and game clock. Odza's pass goes out of bounds and right into the helpful volunteers here at the Paralympico Sports Hall. 6.9 to play in the first. Here is Lammering on the catch and shoot. Misses everything. On the follow was Chroma. He can't get it to fall, but does get it on the buzzer. That will count. And Germany lead by 11 after 1. Germany really getting the job done in the paint. 16 of their 23 coming inside. And Maxi Lammering with 11 points on 5 of 8 shooting. Dominant for this German team, who are shooting 62.5% from the floor. Canada, though, not out of this. A slow start, but they've done this sort of thing throughout these World Championships. They do have their spells where they start slow, but they have a really strong work ethic, and they will make a run in this contest, no doubt about that. That will be something that Germany coach Peter Rickertz will be aware of. Ibrahim Odza with 4 points leading the way, but 1 of 5 from the field for him, as Canada with just 5 field goals in the first 10 minutes. Long way to go, though, in our final group game of these 2025 IWBF Under-23 World Championships. Second time it's being held in the lovely country of Brazil. Canada, of course, won the World Championship here in Brazil back in 2001. They'd love to repeat that here in 2025. Of course, this tournament has brought out, as we see, the Germany coaching team. This tournament has brought out some of the world's best. We spoke about Patrick Anderson earlier, probably the best mid-range shooter in the game in Great Britain's Greg Warburton. Sabri Bezzetti of Italy have all competed here in these Under-23 World Championships. Steve Sirio of the United States as well. And a possible glimpse into what we could see at the Los Angeles Paralympics in 2028. Start of the second period, Maxi Lammering. Maxi Lammering saw a bit of daylight. He'll drive to the cup. And Chroma puts it in. Germany out to a 13-point lead, and the European Championship finalists in a groove right now as a whistle has gone. Ibrahim Odza was fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. The foul is on Alexander Kaiser. And that is Kaiser's first foul of this game, first team foul of the second period. And Ibrahim Odza to the stripe. Of course, a lot of buzz around Canada right now for next year's IWBF World Championships. Of course, the United States, the reigning world champions at senior level, beating Great Britain in Dubai. And Canada will welcome the world's best in Ottawa next year. And for these players on both sides, they'd love to be there as well. Kroma inside again, Jakob Kroma. Jakob Kroma right now has 12 points on 6 of 8 shooting, chucking 5 rebounds for good measure. Here is Louis, here is Odza. Odza setting himself, thought about the long shot, decides against it, now goes for it, and can't get it to fall. Kaiser with the rebound. 5 of 16 from the field for Canada as Brandon Louis is on the floor, gets back up thanks to his teammates Bernard Rosello. And a timeout has been called by Canada early doors here in the second period, and Germany establishing a double-digit advantage early on and keeping it going as they led 23-12 after the first quarter, and a 4-1 start has given them a 27-13 advantage. Great to have you all on board on the IWBF YouTube channel. Every game live and exclusive on this YouTube feed. And as an extra bonus, if you're catching any Brazil games, of course, the host nation, not just on the IWBF YouTube feed, but also on our Portuguese YouTube feed for CBBC Brazil. And they have been churning out some incredible content over the course of these Under-23 World Championships. Don't forget to follow the CBBC Brazil and, of course, IWBF. Loads of great behind-the-scenes footage and content going on as Julian Lammering misses the 2. It's rebounded by Chowdhury and a whistle has gone. Odza. Louis. He can shoot them from there, but he's guarded by Kaiser, an elite defender for Germany. Really does all the dirty work for Peter Rickards' men. Louis, and there's the steal, and it's Jakob Kroma this time getting his hands in the cookie jar, and it's room service for Kroma. Louis. Odza. There's a bit of room inside, decides to go to Louis, and Louis unlucky not to get that to go. Rosello in great position, and Rosello can't get it. Really did well to get himself into good position there, Bernard Rosello. Here is Lammering, and he doesn't get the 3 to go, but an easy offensive rebound and putback from Alexander Kaiser. The 4th offensive rebound of this contest for Germany. Kaiser's first, and Kaiser's first field goal as well, as Canada miss at the other end. Good defense there from Chowdhury. And away come Canada off the steal from Chowdhury. He still has it. Jeff Award will check in momentarily for the Canadians. Good pass from Chowdhury. And Louis unlucky not to get it on the follow. Chowdhury, ball batted around and picked up by Lammering. And here is Julian Lammering off the feed from Maxi Lammering. Maxi Lammering at 6 feet, goes to the glass, too strong. Gets his own rebound. That's too strong. Julian Lammering will try it. Germany getting a lot of offensive rebounds, and that's wide open money for Alex Kaiser. 4 bites of the cherry. And Alexander Kaiser gets another field goal. He moves on to 4, give him 5 rebounds as well. Odds are a 3. That's off the back iron and collected by Julian Lammering, who now moves on to 5 rebounds. And a foul is called on Matthew Wilton. And we talk about Pat Anderson being renowned as one of the great wheelchair basketball players. For Matt Wilton, he was hooked on the sport when he first met 3-time Canadian Paralympic gold medalist Joey Johnson. So not just Pat Anderson that's a hero in the world of Canada. Sean Pla into the game on the ball. The mid-range is money for Sean Pla. Sean Pla only started 1 game at last year's European Championship. Came off the bench for the majority. 22 points, 17 boards in that game he started against Poland. Here is Nagel, lobs it to Rosello. It's collected instead by Kroma. Here is Pla. Maxi Lammering, it's 2-on-2. There is Kroma, and it's getting too easy now for Germany. And Canada defensively not at the races here. Jeff Award plays for the Wheelchair Basketball Society in Vancouver, but again Canada turn it over. Here is Soren Seabolt, and Seabolt smacks the floor, but he gets the assist to Maxi Lammering, and Soren Seabolt absolutely leveled, but still got the assist. Here is the replay. Look at this pass. And he'll come out onto the bench. He has a smile on his face. Doesn't look to be in any obvious pain, Soren Seabolt, which is good to see. There's that smack of the hardwood ricocheted all over this venue. Louis puts up a 3. Nails a 3. Brandon Louis from downtown. First 3-pointer for the Don Mills guy neighborhood in Toronto. And the whistle has gone, and Maxi Lammering didn't realize that the whistle had gone. There is a lot of noise coming over from court 2, where hosts Brazil are currently playing Turkey. So you can forgive him for that. 4:39 in the second to play. Kroma. And Kroma really in unfamiliar territory with the long 2. Does his damage inside. Here is Louis. Louis sets himself again. Splashes in another 3. Back-to-back 3s for Canada. Set himself so confident in that release, as you see on the replay. Maxi Lammering. Kroma. Jelowicz into the game, and good defense there from Cameron Jelowicz, and here come Canada again. A good spell this from Canada, and they need it right now as well. Jelowicz. Here is Louis at the elbow. And a bit of a heat check there for Brandon Louis. And a foul is called before the pass from Kaiser was going to reach Maxi Lammering, but whacked Brendan Nagel on the head instead. He smiles it off. As the comments keep flowing on the IWBF YouTube channel, and lots of great support for Canada, which is awesome to see. It's good to see these players getting the experience of a major championship that will bode well for them when their senior career starts. It's the same for Germany when their senior team careers blossom. Here is Kromer. A lot of time on the shot clock for Germany. Here is Pla. Lammering fading away over Rosello. (41-19) with 3:16 to play in the half. Rosello. And the ball loose and collected by Jelowicz, who finds Nagel inside and he puts it in. The London, Ontario man, with hopes of becoming an investment banker for his career. Lammering in the wing, and he rattles in a three. And for all the pressure Canada have given Germany, Germany always have an answer. Louis. Jelowicz putting the moves on Kromer. Here is Nagel. Lobs it to Rosello. 3 to shoot for Canada. Louis got a dance there. He's got to heave it. And that smashes the rim, goes out of bounds, and Germany will pick it up. Good defense from the Germans. Maxi Lammering gliding himself to the basket. Pla says thank you and puts it in. Sean Pla, and everything really going Germany's way. And every defensive sequence that Canada throw up, it doesn't work, and an offensive foul is called on Broden Nagel. 1:55 to play in the half. And the European giants flexing their muscles on their North American counterparts here in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Lammering, Pla inside, can't get the drop. Jelowicz with the rebound, and now Rosello will pick it up. Here is Nagel. It's 3-on-1, so Nagel will have to wait for his brothers in arms. And there is Louis. 10 to shoot for Canada. Rosello. And the behind the back pass, it was a good idea. 3 to shoot. Louis got to heave it up again. And they'll have to accept the shot clock violation for Canada. And it's turnover number 8 in this half for Canada as Brandon Louis heads to the bench and into the game for the first time for Canada. Keaton McCachran, Kilowatt, British Columbia native, as Lammering's 3 does a victory lap and rolls out. Jelowicz. McCachran in all kinds of space on the other side of the floor. 8 to shoot. Rosello with the ball. Here is Milton. And inside, Nagel can't get it to fall. Good defense from Sean Pla. And Milton will go to the line. That was a high degree of difficulty for Ty Milton, and he'll go to the line. Deserved trip for the Canadian number 4. As mentioned earlier, he's had a great deal of success with the Ontario Black team in the Junior East Championships over back home in Canada. A really promising young man, the number 4 for Canada, as he gets the second to fall. And Canada keep the scoreboard ticking, but the problem for them is Germany are keeping their scoreboard ticking right now, and they're doing it more significantly and in higher numbers with a better field goal percentage. Canada 28% from the floor, and Germany 58% from the floor. That will drop with the miss from Lammering. Nagel wasn't expecting the pass. Pla with the interception. And now Germany can break in transition, and Kaiser can't hold on. final seconds of the half. A great first half for Peter Rickards' men, and a lot for Daryl Nordell to think about. As a steal there, Kaiser throws it up, and that will go nowhere. But the advertising boards in between the Australian and Canadian flag, and that'll do it for the first half of action here. Canada 22, Germany 46. Maxi Lammering with 18.6 assists, dominating for Germany, who have scored 32 points in the paint, 10 points in transition, and they've done the damage in the early going, and plenty for Canada to mull over in the locker room at half-time, as Brandon Louis leads the way for 8 points. We'll be back in roughly 12 minutes' time. Don't go anywhere on the IWBF YouTube channel. We'll be back soon. Hello everyone, welcome back to Sao Paulo, Brazil, as the final game of the group phase enters the second half, game number 30 of these IWBF Under-23 World Championships, and Germany right now leading Canada 46-22. Hello everyone, John Hobbs on hand to bring you the second half of action here on the South American continent. And right now, Turkey looks set to claim the victory over hosts Brazil. And Brazil looking set to claim fourth place. Canada, though, can overtake them with a win here and sneak fourth place from under them, but it'll need something special at this rate for the Canadians to get to the fourth. Germany right now in the ascendancy and looking set to improve to 5-0, but there's still a long way to go in this game. Canada will not surrender. They will not go down without a fight as we get set to start the third period. Brendan Louis leading the way with 8 points for Canada. Maxi Lammering with a game-high 18. Chuck in 6 assists as well for good measure. Ibrahim Odza will come back into the game to start the third period, and we will get the third underway momentarily. There you see the Paralympico Sports Hall, or just a little bit of it anyway. There are fans here as well. They're just all on the other side. There, he sees it. There we go. There's a few Canada fans anyway. Chowdhury gets us underway. Here is Odza. And the shot is no good from Dylan Cannon into the game for the first time for Canada. 21-year-old. Here is Maxi Lammering. Maxi Lammering gliding to the basket, goes out. Sean Pla along the baseline. He's a good shooter from that distance, and there you can see it in full effect. Early doors here in the third. Nassif Chowdhury. Odza. Swings it to Rosello. Rosello's pass is deflected by Jakob Kromer. 6 seconds on the shot clock for Canada. Nassif Chowdhury, shot clock is at 4. Chowdhury, the lefty's got to put something up. And it's short, it's rebounded by Kaiser, and here comes Maxi Lammering. Maxi Lammering finds Jakob Kromer under the hoop. Odza. And Odza's 3 misses the mark. Sean Pla has the ball. Maxi Lammering missed it, but collected it back again. Here is Jana Kleiner into the game. Maxi Lammering has it back. 3 from the wing is money. Nassif Chowdhury on the ball for Canada, and right now Germany in full control at both ends of the floor in this one. There's another steal. Kept in by Kromer, welcomed in by Odza, who collects it back. And our official from Brazil, Gustavo Mathias, just having a quick chat with the table officials. Oh, we've got a break in play. Just to remind you that the Group B table is completed after this afternoon's contest. Great Britain 5-0 top the group. Italy finish second, the USA third, Japan in fourth. South Africa with their first win of the competition and their first win since 2013, beating Thailand today. Thailand end up 0-5. Nassif Chowdhury on the ball. 3 to shoot from Ibrahim Odza. Got to put something up. And Odza, that'll be a shot clock violation. So as it stands right now, Great Britain play Brazil in the quarterfinals. Italy will take on Turkey. Italy will take on Australia at the moment as Maxi Lamring is hit. And the USA will play Turkey. And Germany will play Japan. But at the moment it could change in this last game of the group phase as Maxi Lamring misses the free throw. Of course, the group positioning hasn't been updated yet from the Brazil-Turkey game right now, so you could argue that what I just said was just a rough guess. I'll leave that to you at home. Ibrahim Odza. Coming up to 3 minutes played in the third period. Germany lead big, but Canada not out of this, and Ward misses the 2. It's rebounded by Dominic Langer. Sean Plar on the ball, looking to push. Has support. Plar goes alone and puts it in. And we talk about Sean Plar's mid-range game, but he loves to push the ball in transition as well, and to devastating effect. Sean Plar has 8 points on 4 of 5 shooting. Here is Ibrahim Odza. Odza still has it. 6 to shoot for the Canadians. Chowdhury, the left-hand shooter, goes to the elbow. Good defense from Langer, but too much of it. And the referee calls a foul with 1 second left on the shot clock. A silly foul for Dominic Langer. And that's his first personal. First team foul of the third for Germany. Nassif Chowdhury misses the first. A player who's actually played alongside Patrick Anderson back home in Canada. Alongside Tyler Miller as well. As a foul called, a hard foul called, as Ibrahim Odza protests his innocence. That's a second foul on the 15-year-old. Here is Langer. Plar. Plar with 8 to shoot. Inside it goes. And Krainer misses the 2 inside. And Ward has it. Odza. Canada need players forward. Now they get it. Ward is cutting to the basket furiously, but Odza doesn't need him. 8 to shoot. Ward now gets it. Here is Odza in rhythm. And he puts in a 3. Ibrahim Odza with the three-pointer. Had a slither of room, made no mistake about it. First three-pointer of this contest for Ibrahim Odza in his 6th attempt, as Sean Joel Schroeder comes into the game for Germany. And also into the game, Lewis Conrad, man who started playing wheelchair basketball at the Karl von Linsch School in Berlin. Here is Langer. That was a risky pass, and Chowdhury intercepts. Ibrahim Odza for company. Ibrahim Odza with Conrad on him, and Odza with the finish. First transition points for Canada in this contest. They love to push the ball in transition, but haven't had a chance against this stoic defense from Germany, but a rare sight there. Schroeder under the basket. Schroeder somehow gets a shot off, and Odza the rebound. Jeff Award. Jeff Award now looking for options. Sees a lane. Chowdhury in support. There is Chowdhury. The reverse. No good over the towering figure of Lewis Conrad. Langer. Pla in acres of space. Thinks about the shot now. Goes for the pass to Langer. Pla. Shot clock at 5. Pla puts up a mid-range. That's short. Rebounded again by Odza. 2 quick rebounds for Ibrahim Odza to go with his 8 points. Struggling from the field though, 2 of 9. Canada shooting 27%. Rosello looking for Ward. Ward just about collects. And Conrad with the rebound. 4:10 remaining here in the third period. And both teams going through a bit of a cold spell at the moment. Pla, high off the window, doesn't go. Rosello with the rebound. Rosello's 4th rebound in this contest. It's 1 on 2. Odza's all alone. Rosello now breaking free. But again, Canada don't use him. Chowdhury at the top. Ward. 4 to shoot. Jeff Award a 2. Money. All string Jeff Award. A man who was actually born in Colombia, was actually raised in the United States, moved to Korea, and now makes Canada his home. And a proud Canadian international. Here is Pla. 10 to shoot. Pla a midi is money. A timeout called by Canada with 3:15 remaining in the third period. Germany lead big right now, 58-29 in our final game of the group phase here at the IWBF Under-23 World Championship. We've been treated to some incredible basketball, some incredible moments that we'll never forget. And we've still got the knockout phase to follow. Great to have everyone on board in our final game of the group phase here on the IWBF YouTube channel. Great to see so much support, both from Canada and Germany. If you're watching on from Canada, welcome. And hello to everyone watching on in Germany right now. And all over the world as well. There's people watching from all over the globe. Brandon Louis for Canada back into the game. Coming up to 7 minutes played in the third period. Odza. Louis running into trouble. Good screen there, and Mazzy Keep into the game for the first time, and Simon Mazzy Keep with his first field goal. And a whistle has gone as Brandon Louis is clutching his stomach, and One of the Germany players, I believe it's Jana Kreiner, yes it is on the floor, and he's grimacing. So there'll be a slight delay. Soren Siebold is preparing to check in for Germany. And just a little discomfort there for Jana Kreiner, the guy who plays for BBC Munsterland back home in Germany. Siebold. Siebold has some room, puts up a mid-range and buries it. It's almost like Canada were daring him to shoot. Odza. Chowdhury with the screen. Odza breaks free. And Simon Mazzy-Keep can't get the ball as Soren Siebold was over him like a rash. Maxi Lammering is fouled. The foul is going to be called on Matthew Wilton. We talk about Matthew Wilton's how he got hooked on the sport earlier on, but also was part of this Canadian team at the last World Championships in Phuket, Thailand. Here is Siebold. Zipped to Langer. Langer with 6 to shoot. Langer, the running floater, smacks the backboard and into the gracious hands of Ibrahim Odza. Chowdhury to Odza. Again, the defense from Germany, so impressive, getting back quickly. Simon Mazzy-Keep puts it in. Simon Mazzy-Keep can be a scorer, especially on the international stage. Another player who dominated with Ontario Black in the Junior East Championships. He actually had 25 of his team's 36 points in the final as Soren Siebold puts it in. Louis. Mazzy-Keep has the ball. Pressured by Maxi Lammering. Here it is Chowdhury. Shot clock in single figures and Canada are in no man's land. Odza with the running floater, and with 2.8 on the shot clock, Ibrahim Odza got fouled and will head to the stripe with 44.9 to play in the third. Ibrahim Odza. Right now with 10 points, 4 rebounds, has 5 turnovers in this contest. Canada with 12 overall. And Odza makes the second. Here is Pla. Siebold going to the baseline, and that's money for Soren Siebold. Soren Siebold with his third field goal of the contest. He moves on to 6. Here is Chowdhury as we enter the final 24 seconds of the third period. Pla with the steal. Shot clock is now off. Pla to Langer. Siebold in company. Here is Schroeder. Schroeder, the lefty, doesn't get it to fall. Chowdhury with the rebound. Final seconds, but Maxi Lammering collects. Siebold can't get it to fall either. Wilton rebounds, and Canada will want the third quarter to end as Germany lead by 30, asserting their dominance. They want to end the group unbeaten. And Canada right now facing the classification rounds and missing out on a quarter-final spot. They have it all to do here in the final period. They trail 64-34. As we speak right now, Germany top the group 4-0. Australia, Israel concluded their group phase earlier on today. Australia with the victory, and Israel go to 0-5. Turkey finish 4-1. They finished second in Group A, just behind Germany. Australia third, and at this time Brazil will take up the fourth and final spot, and Canada looking set right now to finish 1-4. That one win coming over Israel. Still 10 minutes to play, and anything can happen in the world of sport. Absolutely anything. And even though I'm not a believer in superstition, the commentator's curse might hit me. Canada might go on a run. You never know what can happen as Germany get ready for the fourth period. And here we go, we're underway. Final quarter of the group phase. Game number 30. Soren Seabolt was looking at the three, had his name in lights there. Drives along the baseline, runs out of room, finds Pla open. And it's rebounded by Chowdhury. Nagel. Nagel still has it. Rosello. Louis. Louis wide open, short with the two. Rebounded by Seabolt. Germany still have it. Great ball movement there from Schroeder. And nearly passed on Seabolt, but Seabolt's pass just too short. And Germany with only their 5th turnover of this contest. Just tells you the strength they have and how well these players know each other, knowing exactly where they're going to be, anticipating where they're going to be on both ends of the floor. And looking well on their way to 5-0 in Group A. Great Britain, of course, 5-0 in Group B. So the two European giants looking set to end the group phase here in Brazil, unbeaten. Seabolt driving to the basket, kicks it out. Here is Pla, shot clock at 8 for Germany. Good defense from Canada. Langer has it, shot clock is winding down, and a whistle has gone with 3.8 on the clock. Langer. Pla. Here is Langer again. 4 to shoot. Pla a mid-range. Short. Ball is loose. And it's collected by Louis. Nagel. Nagel looking for help right now. It's 2-on-2 at the moment. Now Rosello comes to join him. Germany get back in numbers. Nagel putting the moves on Langer. Rosello. Rosello will go to the stripe. Well, as things stand, Germany looks set to play Japan in the quarterfinals. United States finished third in the group. And as it stands, Germany will play the hosts or excuse me, Germany will play Japan, the world champions. Great Britain will play the hosts, Brazil, as it stands. Those are the two guaranteed quarterfinals. Of course, a long way to go in this contest, and Canada can spring something. And for the schedule, the confirmed schedule, don't forget to follow IWBF on all social media platforms. For the schedule, the timings of where those games will take place. The quarterfinals take place tomorrow. Here is Seabolt, wide open room service for Soron Seabolt. And an 8-second violation called. Soron Seabolt will come out and Jana Kleiner will come in. Langer. Inside Schroeder. Schroeder gets it to go and a foul. Great moment for Schroeder, who gets the score. Only averaging around 10 minutes a game, but has great energy, great heart. Does the Germany number 6, the 19-year-old. Here is Nagel. And that ball will go right out of bounds. Here is Pla. 3 minutes played in the fourth. Langer. And Dominic Langer now will go to the line. And he makes the first. And Langer splits the free throws. And Canada trailing 70-35 right now, with Chowdhury on the ball. And the finish inside from Broden Nagel. The London, Ontario guy with the field goal there. And Canada will get the ball back. Here is Nagel again. Nagel again. Back-to-back scores for Broden Nagel. And now Canada will break again, but it's stolen away by Felix Hansing. Here is Pla. 4 minutes played in the fourth. Here is Langer. And Hansing airballs his mid-range. Langer can't get it to fall, and the ball goes out of bounds. There's group substitutions coming in for Canada. Dylan Cannon coming in. Ty Milton and Ibrahim Odza checks back in. Here is Pla. 9 to shoot for Germany. And the shot thought about it and rolled out from Hansing, player who came through the Hanover United program. And that ball right into Felix Hansing's hands. And the pass goes right into Broden Nagel's hands. Chowdhury is wide open, drives the lane, and Chowdhury the finish. As Pla has it, and Pla puts it in. As we're past the halfway point of the fourth period, and Germany firmly in the ascendancy right now. And Canada have played hard in this fourth period. They've got a few good shots, good looks. But Germany right now just too big and too strong. As Milton is fouled. And with 4:40 to play at the moment, even though things can change, the quarter-final lineup is looking set to look like Germany, excuse me, get my words out. Germany taking on Japan. Great Britain taking on the hosts Brazil. Italy and Australia will lock horns right now, and Turkey will take on the United States. That's how it looks right now. Odza. Of course, all the confirmation as Odza does a victory lap with his shot and rolls out. All the confirmation will be on the IWBF social media channels as well as IWBF.org. Here is Pla, 4:18 to play. Schroeder under the hoop. Pla decides not to use him. Here is Langer, 5 to shoot. Pla, it came off him last, and it will be a Canada ball. And a timeout has been called. 4:09 remaining in this game. See a lovely little close-up of the game ball there. Of course, Moulton, one of the many sponsors of these under-23 World Championships, alongside the official wheelchair supplier of the IWBF, RGK, Tissot, and of course the sponsors and local organising committee here at the IWBF Under-23 World Championships, CBBC Brazil. Great to have you all on board the IWBF YouTube channel. Of course, tomorrow it's knockout time. It's the quarterfinals. Of course, confirmation will come later on tonight, local time, and wherever you are across the world, keep checking the IWBF social media channels for confirmation of the quarterfinal rounds. Jelowicz, Chowdhury, Pla for company. Good defense from Pla. Jelowicz has it. He'll put up a shot. That's no good. Pla with the rebound. You feel like Germany now just going through the motions as Dominik Langer has the ball. Felix Hansing. Langer again. Shot clock in single figures for Germany with 3:33 remaining. There is Hansing, a midi, and that's short. Rebounded by Odza. Here is Milton. Beautiful basketball from Canada, and the finish wanting from Jelowicz. Canada now shooting 35% from the floor, and Germany, in contrast, still at around a 50% clip right now. Here is Langer, sets himself. Good track back defense there from Cannon. Pla, he needs no hesitation to shoot, but he misses that. And here comes Ty Milton on the fast break, but Germany again so quick to get back on their transition defensive set. And Chowdhury will slow it down. 2:45 remaining in this one. Jelowitz. Chowdhury, shot clock at 2. Chowdhury puts it up, and that will continue, and it goes in on the buzzer from Ty Milton. Shot from Chowdhury didn't hit the rim, and Ty Milton got it up just in time. And Ty Milton, 3 of 3 from the field for his 7 points right now. Not exactly perfect from the line. He is 1 of 2, but doing well at the field. And a really strong, tenacious competitor. And we enter the final 2 minutes, and Canada have really got to get the ball over the timeline. And it was always inevitable that it was going to be a turnover. Here is Langer. Langer gets it back from Hansing. Pla is in space, decides not to use him. Great defense from Odza as Hansing was going for the reverse lay-in. And Ibrahim Odza was holding a block party. Pla with 2 to shoot. Hansing has got to throw it up and bank it home. Felix Hansing with the 3-pointer. You could say the exclamation point for Germany as they will go to 5-0. Odza with the layup, gets it to go over Hansing as we enter the final 90 seconds, and Germany will end their group phase odyssey a perfect 5-0. The 2 European finalists, Germany, the European silver medalists, and Great Britain, the European champions, finishing 5-0 in their respective groups. But give credit where it's due to Canada. They have been tenacious. This is, again, a great experience for this young team. Canada with an average age of around 19 years of age. Not the youngest team in this competition, but certainly not the most experienced out of the 12 teams competing in these World Championships. As we enter the final minute of the game, and Canada will have to settle for the classification rounds. Here it is Cameron Jelowitz putting the moves on Langer. 8 to shoot. Ty Milton inside. He keeps his 100% record going from the field. 5 of 5 for 11 points now. Pla over Milton. And it's a 2-for-1 possession in this contest, so Canada will look to get, well, they'll need to get the ball over the timeline first. Milton does just that, but he loses the ball. The ball is loose. He's not going to give up the fight, is Jeff Award, excuse me. Shot clock is off. Langer has the ball. Here is Pla. Langer has it. Back to Pla, the running floater, and that will do it with the final seconds ticking by. Germany unbeaten, unblemished in Group A. They will top the group. And Canada will finish with a 1-4 mark. They will head to the classification rounds. They are eliminated from quarterfinal contention. And that'll do it. Germany 81, Canada 47. Ibrahim Odza had 13 points and 6 rebounds. But thanks to Maxi Lammering's 22 points, Jakob Kromer's 18, and Sean Pla off the bench hitting 14 points, all in the second half. Germany come away with the victory, and that wraps up the group phase of the Under-23 World Championships. It's quarter-final time tomorrow, folks, and check the IWBF YouTube feed for all the listings of what the games are, where they are happening, and how you can watch at what time. And check out the IWBF social media channels as well for all the behind-the-scenes footage and also when the games are taking place tomorrow. But a good job for Germany. They top the group. Canada can head to the classification round with their heads held high. But for now, I've been John Hobbs. Have a fantastic day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are across the world. Thank you for joining us for the group stages. Tomorrow, it's knockout phase time here in the Under-23 World Championships. But for now, goodbye.